Hello Stampers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you a really cute Funfold card using Gallery Blooms, which is a new stamp set, a new suite in the new catalog. And I had a lot of fun making this, and it's a very quick and easy card. So come along and I'll show you how to do it. First of all, you want to take a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5. You want to score it at 4 1/4. And you're going to score it again at 2 1/8. Then we're going to fold it like this, which is a Mountain Valley fold. And take your bone folder and give it a nice crisp edge. Like this. There you go. Then I took this cardstock, which is an online exclusive. It's called Botanical Textures, and it has a lot of really fun, different black and white cardstocks. Make great backgrounds, and you can even color them in if you want to match it to your card. But in this case, I left it in black and white. And the first thing I'm going to do, these are 2 inches by 4 1/8, I believe. Hold on, let me measure and make sure. Been a while since I cut this. No, listen to me. It's 5, hold on. Okay, it's 2 by 5 3/8. Yeah, 2 by 5 3/8. And there's 2 of them. And I'm using my glue, which just makes it go all that faster. And this doesn't, I'll put it this way though, it doesn't really have an up or down on it. So I'm just giving it a little tiny border of white. Here's the other one. Once again, 2 by 5 3/8. Sorry for my fumbling around there. All right, so there you go. And then I took a coordinating piece of cardstock in the same package. This one is 2.5 by 3, 4, 2.5 by 4. And I put it across the middle. And also giving it just a little white border on both sides. And then I took these 2 little pieces and I put them here. So these are also 2 by, I don't know, they're definitely 2 by 2.5. There you go. And we're just going to put them like that. And you want to line it up with your panel on the right, this panel. So, and this one doesn't have a border. On the right or the left, of course it does on the top and bottom. The good thing about glue is you can kind of shove things around until it hardens. Okay, so there you go. Then I took this really fun die set. It's called Everyday Arches. It's an online exclusive. And this is a staple you need to get for your stamping collection because I've used it so many times already. So we're going to use the 3rd and the 4th smallest size for this. And I cut out 2 whites for this card using the 3rd smallest. And then the 4th smallest, I did black, which is just a little bit bigger. That's it. Then you want to take, now we can start stamping. I just did that to kind of speed up the video. And I'm going to use my Memento black, which is what I always use. And you want to put something, I'm actually going to stamp off of this piece of paper because I don't really need the whole flower. And there you go. And let's go ahead and stamp these other ones. Now these stamps are photopolymer, so you can see what you're doing better. Normally I would tell you to stamp first and then cut out, but since our photopolymer is pretty easy to see what you're doing. So I really like this one. It's looks like a lilac to me, which sadly my lilacs are done blooming, but I enjoyed them while they were blooming. Glue on my hand now, so everything's like sticking to me. All right, I'm just gonna center it on that arch. There's that one, the lilac. And this one, I don't know what it is, but it's super pretty. And we're not going to use the whole thing because it's too big for the arch. But so it's going to go off a little. There we go. All right. So now to color it, I'm just going to use my stamping blends. Now just a note on the stamping blend. Someone in my stamp club took the stamping blend to the photopolymer stamp set because she was confused and I didn't catch her in time. You don't ever use your stamping blends on your photopolymers. These are alcohol based. They'll ruin your photopolymer stamps. So please don't do that. You don't want to ruin your stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and color these. And I'm going to use the darker lemon lime twist to do the foliage on this one. And you don't have to be too good because you're actually going to cut this one out. So it's a little more forgiving. So there's that one. And I'm going to use the darker one on the leaves just to outline the veins. And I like to do the darker color first and then go back in with the lighter color because that blends the colors a little so they're not quite so stark. So that's what I'm doing. And whoops, wrong lid. Try to put my glue lid on there. Pretty funny. Alrighty, this is the light. Oh, that's funny. This is dark lemon lime twist. This is light granny apple green. I must have grabbed the wrong marker. But that's what we're going to use since I'm already into the video. And it actually looks pretty good together. Maybe I did that on purpose. I don't know. I designed this card a couple of months ago and I'm so behind on videos. I'm just going to do videos of the cards that I like that I've done for my stamp club and just call it caught up so that I don't feel guilty anymore. About being so far behind. So that looks good. And now I'm going to take the dark Fresh Freesia and do the veins in this flower. And looks like I only did one color. All right, so that looks good. Then I'm going to take the light fresh freesia and use the brush tip. There's a brush tip and a fine point on these alcohol markers, stamping blends. I really like the stamping blends. I use them a lot. And I pretty much have probably have every color. I haven't gotten the new in colors yet, but I'm going to. And I'm going to do petals on this one. So for the lilac, I'm going to use a different color. It's darker, although my lilacs are honestly about this color. They're super light. They're not even this color. They're a super light purple. And kind of wish I had the darker colored lilacs, but they were here when I moved in, so that's what I have. I like lilacs, but I sure wish they would last longer. They're just over with too quickly. So I didn't have the Gorgeous Grape stamping blend. I'm not even sure that there is one in stamping blend for Gorgeous Grape. I meant to look before I started the video, but I didn't. But I'm pretty sure there's not, because I'm pretty sure I'd have it if there were. Although I have to confess, my stamping room does kind of look like a bomb went off in it. So, excuse me. So it could be here buried, but I seem to recall I looked in the catalog and it wasn't in there. So I don't know. You can throw a comment in my video and tell me whether or not they have Gorgeous Grape in a stamping blend. I just don't exactly recall. Alrighty. So I did the flowers in that. Now this, the Stampin' Right marker, you can actually color on your photopolymer stamps. This is a water-based pen, and so that's what the confusion was. You can use these on your marker, on your stamps, but you cannot use the stamping blends. So there's your little tip of the day. So the Gallery Blooms has a really nice die set with it. And I'll be showing some more cards with Gallery Blooms later. But this cuts out a bunch of little flowers, a really nice frame. It's a double frame. And this die, which cuts out the flower we just did. So you run it through your machine. And I already did that because I didn't want the video to go forever. So there it is. So now we have all the elements we need to finish putting our card together. Oh, except one little trick. So I don't know if you noticed, but I had a purple bow, but we don't have that color right now. So what I did is I took white and I colored it with, let's see, I must have used the dark fresh freesia. I'm going to use the brush tip and make sure I'm on video here. And you're just going to color it in. So you can make any color of twine with this. I really like using twine. Sometimes when you make bows with regular ribbon, if you're not careful, you end up having to pay extra in postage because your card gets too bulky, and the post office will have to hand cancel it, which means they charge you extra for postage. So if you use twine, though, they don't do that. So there's my little tip of the day. You can also do this with a re-inker and put it in water and soak it. And I've done that before too. So if you don't have a stamping blend, you can do that too. But you just have to let it dry. It just takes a little longer, but anyway, that's another way to do this. So now we are ready to assemble. Where'd my card go? Oh, there it is. Hopefully my hands aren't too dirty. Now a little trick on this one. This is going to open here, so you don't want to put glue on the whole thing. You only want to put it on half. So I'm flipping it over. I'm going to do it on half. Since I'm upside down, I'm doing the right-hand side, which when I flip it over will become the left-hand side. And you just want to make sure you get it in the center there. So there we go. And look, nothing's oozing out, so that's always good. And then I put those on the right hand side. Now, if you notice, I didn't put a sentiment on this card. I like to do that because a lot of times I make cards and I'm not totally sure how I'm going to use them, especially if you're bulk making cards. Then I'll go back later and make a sentiment when I'm ready to use the card. Like I had a graduation card over the weekend, and I had already stamped, it was for a guy, and so I don't really have a lot of guy cards made up right now that was appropriate for a graduation card. I mean, I have some, but they have like tools and stuff. Okay, I want a little bit of this to show, so there we go. So I had a really nice sympathy card that had like water and stuff, and I thought that would be good for a male graduation card. So there, now you can see that one plays peekaboo. But I had a sympathy on it, so I just went ahead and did a happy graduation stamp, and I cut out another frame and covered it up, and it looked great. So, but yeah, I made all these sympathy cards, and then I've used a bunch of them, but I still had a couple left. All right, so this is looking a little white still, so I'm going to go ahead and color it a little bit better. When I make my videos, I have to do them standing up, so it's a little harder for me to be careful standing up. But I really can't, if I don't stand up, I can't see what I'm doing. So I probably should get more technical here and get a better setup, but that's what I do. All right, so I'm going to use a glue dot for my bow. I put it up here because that'll look good up there. And these are retired adhesive dots that I had sitting around, but they looked really good with this color, so I thought, well, I'll just use those. So I thought it looked, just kind of give it a nice little touch up there on the bow. Popped it a little. And then this is the little flower that we die cut, but you can see it's too long, so just want to take my scissors and I'm going to trim it, there we go. Still too long. All right, let's go to the next level. There. So it fits on there. I mean, you could have it hanging off the bottom, but it might bend if you did, so I didn't do that. And we are almost done. Now, there's not a lot of room to write on this card, so really you'd have to write on the back. But there you go. Quick and easy card. Super cute. And have a great stamping day. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave me an encouraging comment, and have a great day. Bye.